Now, there are a lot of things that can be described as all-in-one, a multi-tool like this here Leatherman my wife gave me for Christmas a few years back. This is a great all-in-one item to have when you're out camping. Now, another overlanding example is like this here Cookset. Actually, that just came in on Friday that I'm going to be putting in my new tent camping kit that I'm putting together right now. But something like that, that's a great all-in-one because you have pots, bowls, cups, and all sorts of other stuff inside there. You can even describe a person as being a all-in-one. For example, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a dad, I'm a pretty good cook, and I'm surprisingly a pretty good ballet dancer. All in one.
What did you say?
Okay, that last one is a little bit of a stretch, but you get the point. Lots of things are multifunctional, but some do it better than others. And one of those all-in-one things that really knocks it out of the park is this Kit'n Kaboodle truck bed camper from Skinny Guy Campers. So if you're looking for a complete Overland package that offers you literally everything that you need to hit the road and get your camping game going, this thing is absolutely it. So let's just dive right into this and start discussing this bad boy so all of us can get that image of me ballet dancing out of our heads. All right, so let me give you a little bit of a backstory on this thing. Now, the first time I saw one of these Kit'n Kaboodles was at Overland West in 2021. Then I got another look at it in 2022. Now, in both cases, keep in mind, this is at an Expo, so it was more of a quick tour than anything, but it was long enough for me to really start thinking like, man, this is a really cool setup. Then earlier this year, as many of you know, I made my way from LA over to Texas to see the folks with BTR Outfitters. Now, part of my time there was to spend getting to know the products that these guys sell, and the Kit'n Kaboodle was one of them. Again, I was impressed with this thing from the outset, and I'll explain a little bit more about that here in a bit, but you can immediately see the quality of the design and the materials that they use on these things, and you can start getting kind of an immediate sense of the functionality that these truck bed campers really bring to the table, really offer. Now, just to be clear, BTR Outfitters, they don't build these things themselves. Instead, they are a dealer. So you can choose from various different models that these guys have. And actually, if you aren't familiar with BTR Outfitters is owned by the Hanner family. Hanner family owns one of the larger Chevrolet dealerships in the entire state of Texas. It's been around for like 50 years or something like that. Then they also have a RV dealership that has been around for 15 some odd years. It has hundreds of RVs that they have on their lot. It's actually pretty cool. I definitely recommend getting out there. But anyways, let's get back over to the Kit'n Kaboodle and talk about some of the basic specs, the lay of the land of this thing, so you can get a better sense of why it is such an impressive option for overlanding. So let's talk about the height inside of this thing, because when you get inside of this is one of the first things that I noticed. The height inside of there is 83 inches. That's almost 7 feet. So if you're a tall dude like me, you have tons of headroom. Now, there's also freshwater tank capacity on this thing that has about 30 gallons. And get this, there's even a toilet inside this thing with a 9-gallon black water tank. Now, the camper also has a portable 12-volt, 34-liter fridge, so there's plenty of space for your food, drinks, and, well, whatever else you want to keep cool. And you also get a spacious, the bed inside this thing is 82 inches long by 50 inches wide, so it can accommodate up to 600 pounds. Now, the camper, so these things weigh, the weight of these things really depend on how you have it configured, but anywhere from 725 up to 900 pounds. So again, it really depends on how you have this thing set up. But it isn't so heavy that a compact truck cannot handle it. And as you're going to see in some of the video footage that I'm putting on here, the model that I was exploring was on the back of a Chevy ZR2, which is pretty darn cool. Anyways, I'll have to say that these things are pretty easy to set up as well. In fact, it only took 5 to 10 minutes to get the sucker ready to rumble and about 30 minutes to remove it from your truck. I mean, that's a huge advantage for folks that want an all-in-one camper, but also need to be able to use the truck for specific purposes from time to time. Now, aside from the basic specs I just listed, this truck bed camper comes with all sorts of features that really continue that that all-in-one theme that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Now, there's a complete electrical system in there with a 200-watt solar panel, a 1,000-watt inverter, with a interior CFCI receptacle, and a Red Arc Manager 30. Now, you guys know how I feel about Red Arc. Red Arc, I think, is one of the best, if not the best, battery management system that is out there. That's what I personally use in my rig as well. So anyways, you also get a propane gas system, which includes a 20-pound extra propane tank and an LP detector. Now, the Kit'n Kaboodle also has a freshwater system as well that includes a underbelly tanks, all the plumbing, a water pump, and a bullfinch shower point. The Truma Combi system that gives you hot water for your shower, and it also serves as the camper's heater source as well, or heater source. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, if you do a little campground cooking, the camper also has you covered. There's a cooktop and a sink inside the sink for cooking if the weather's crappy outside. Heck, you can even get this thing with a dinette table so you can eat your dinner inside. In other words, you can sleep in the sink, you can cook, eat, use the restroom, relax, be warm, drink water. Man, as I said earlier, it's an all-in-one thing. One of those big questions might be, why would you want a truck bed camper? Now, as many of you guys know, I have a Turtleback Expedition trailer and a wide range of ground tents that I use for my adventures. And while I really enjoy camping with a trailer or a tent, there's definitely drawbacks to each. Now, on one hand, the trailer has to come out of storage and I have to spend time hooking it up to my truck before I can set off on my adventure. Then there's the fact that I have to tow it to wherever I'm going. But I have everything that I need in it or on it for my adventures except for the toilet. And on the other hand, tent camping doesn't necessarily require any upfront work that my trailer does. Well, you know what? Yeah, I have to load up my truck. Yeah, I have to throw everything in my truck. But the tents aren't self-contained either. They don't have a kitchen or a bathroom, and I have to supply the bedding in the heat. The Kit'n Kaboodle, though, has all of those things. So if I wanted, I could set out on a trip and never come out of this darn thing. That's how all-in-one this thing is. So if you're the type of person that likes to take spontaneous trips with little or no effort to get underway, a truck bed camper like this is really a perfect option. Just add your food, water, clothes, and your gear, and you can press that gas pedal and head out. I mean, hey, let's be real. What's not to like about that? And actually, speaking of likes, if you don't mind taking a second and head right below this video and give some love to the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Your support really does help out the channel. And let's be real here. What's happening? The more likes this video get, the more people that YouTube is going to suggest this video to. And well, you know the drill. It really helps, and I'm forever grateful for the support. Anyways, let's get back to the Kit'n Kaboodle. Now let's approach this video from all angles. Let's talk about, are there any drawbacks with this? Now, some people might say that a truck bed camper isn't as convenient as it first seems. For example, if this camper is on the truck bed, you can't use the truck to haul stuff, but Skinny Guy has made this thing easy to take off. So really, at the end of the day, that argument is a bit void. Now, a bigger consideration is that when you camp with a truck bed camper, your vehicle is your base camp. Now, unlike my trailer, which I can unhook and set up independently of my truck, a truck bed camper means that if you've set up camp and you realize that you need to head into town to go get something, you're taking your base camp with you. But again, this isn't much of an argument in this case because the camper is all together now. It's all in one. Just step outside, close this thing up, walk to the cab of your truck, put it in drive, and go get whatever you need. There's really no time-consuming teardown or setup, which is really going to make this thing a great option if you want the freedom to move when and where that you want. And one last thing before we close it off this video here, at the end of the day, you have to do you and get the right type of camping gear for your specific needs. And this is what we've been talking about for a while on this channel. Again, if you're just starting out in overlanding, or heck, you may be a seasoned veteran looking for a change of pace and so forth, there's a lot of really good options out there like these truck bed campers and so forth. Just sit down, take your time, put a list together of, for example, what you want to get out of whatever type of camper, trailer, whatever it might be that you think that you may need, and reach out to folks like the BTR Outfitters up here. They have not only these truck bed campers, but they also have a lot of towables as well, if I can get that out. So I'm going to be the first to say, at the end of the day, a truck bed camper It's not going to be the best solution for some folks, but for many people out there, it's an ideal setup for camping and overlanding. With several different models to choose from, Skinny Guy Campers and BTR Outfitters can give you all the choices that you need to get your rig really dialed in for your adventure. So, man, whether if you're somebody that sticks, kind of close home for weekend trips or hit the road for months long end overlanding trips or something in between, the Kit'n Kaboodle might just very well be that all-in-one camper that you need to elevate your comfort, functionality, and fun during your trips. Now, what I will do is I will put a link below if you want to learn more about this bad boy. And of course, feel free to drop any comments down below if you have any questions in the meantime as well. Well, it's time for me to pack up and get out of here. So, hey, thanks again for tuning in.